Seriously? Hey guys, and welcome to this news roundup video with me, 6 Plus Stevo. Yeah, as you've probably already noticed from the title of the video, this is just a bit of a roundup of all the sort of news and rumours that I've not yet covered fully yet. I just wanted to group a lot of this stuff together in one video just to tell you guys that may not be aware of some of this stuff, and just give my thoughts on it. So first off, Speed Freaks game has been fully unveiled now. You'll be seeing the picture on screen. It's looking really cool. We already knew that the two buggies and the bikes and everything you get in there, and a bit of scenery, but it looks like you also get a battle mat in there. It's unclear from the picture what size this is. I mean, it looks I don't know if that's 6x4. It's probably not quite 6x4, but it looks pretty big. Also, I don't know if that is a proper board or whether that's paper. Yeah, it's unclear as of yet, but it looks cool. It looks like a nice desert sort of terrain to drive around. The game itself is shaping up to be something quite special, I think. You see, like, you've got some sort of dice mechanic there, either side. Each player's got like a sort of a little hidden sort of cockpit sort of card cutout thing there with some dice on there. It looks like you'll have some sort of strategic play and some sort of surprise secret elements going on there. So yeah, it looks interesting. It does look interesting. But regardless of how good the game is, everyone's going to want it because of the models that are included within. No word yet on price, so stay tuned for that. Once I know the price, I will let you all know. So yeah, that's looking really cool. Also, what was revealed very recently on the Warhammer community site is yet another new vehicle. And that is the War Boss on Death Killer War Trike. Now, for those of you that's been watching my collaboration show with Skarner, Two Bald Knobs, if you haven't seen it yet, please do check it out. It's a good show. It's been great fun making it. We plan to make many more episodes yet. But we spoke about the picture that was first sort of shown of this, where it was in the background showing off one of the other buggies, and it was very blurred out in that, and you couldn't really make out very clearly. And we were sort of pondering and wish listing that it might be a Prime Orc on that. It turns out that it isn't a Prime Orc, it is just a regular War Boss. But as you can see from the picture, a badass looking War Boss. He looks really cool. The trike he's on looks immense. He's got an evil looking power claw there. Quite a basic looking one. It's got a bit of a sort of a back to basics snake bite vibe about it. But the War Boss himself looks completely badass. Just a ton of muscle, as every War Boss should be. So yeah, he's looking really cool. The trike itself is looking badass. It looks like it's got like two twin big shooters or Daka guns on there. The driver looks really cool with his sort of double barrel shotgun there, doing a sort of a drive-by pose. Looks very cool. Even like the little squig type air intake ornaments type thing, they're a nice little touch. You've got the scythes on the whittles there. So yeah, just yet again, GW knocked it out of the park with yet another amazing looking Orc vehicle. And this is going to be really cool for Speed Freak players that want to have a purely mobile, you know, sort of buggies and bikes army. They can do this now with this War Boss. Yeah, there's not really much more I can say about that. He looks the business. Now the next bit of news is more of a rumour, but I want to cover it because you know how much I like rumours. It is the rumour that GW are planning to release, alongside the Orc Codex, a model and rules for a mech workshop. So this sounds really cool and really interesting. what you're seeing on the screen at the moment is a mech shop that can be purchased from a third-party company. It's an MDF piece of terrain from Tabletop Scenics. For those of you that haven't checked out Tabletop Scenics yet, and you're in the market for some orc scenery, go check them out. These guys have made some incredible looking stuff. It's very reasonably priced, and they've got a whole range of MDF kits that can make some really, really cool pieces of orc scenery. But it's great to hear that GW themselves are going to start making some. We've already seen that we get a little bit of orc type scenery in the Speed Freaks box set, but to hear that there's an actual mech workshop being made by GW, if, I must clarify, if these rumours are true, but I've got a sneaking hunch they will be, because this came from the same source that a lot of the other leaks and stuff that have turned out to be true have come from. So I think we can be pretty safe to place a bet on this one. But yeah, it's well, not only is it a piece of scenery, but it comes with rules as well. Now the rules are sort of unclear at the moment, but basically this thing is going to buff vehicles. So I'm not sure how that'll work. I imagine it will have sort of a bubble. Vehicles in it or near it, you know, within a certain radius, will get buffs. And the rumor talks about buffing stomp attacks and, you know, doing something there, but also buffing up firepower. So any weapon that fires a random number of shots will automatically fire its maximum amount of shots. So think of the Gorkanaut with the Deathstorm Mega Shooter, which fires 3d6 shots. That will just automatically fire the full 18 shots. So yeah, that sounds very cool. I'm definitely up for that. But yeah, so Mech Workshop could be coming. If this is true, I'm really pumped about that. It sounds cool. And GW knock out some amazing terrain, so you can only imagine how good their orc terrain is going to look. And I predict something quite special. But then the last piece of news I wanted to cover, and by far of all of this, the most exciting news, is this little guy right here. This is not actually for 40k, this is for Warhammer Shadespire, this little flying squig. For those of you that don't know, Warhammer Shadespire is set in the fantasy world, and it's sort of like a role-playing type game, sort of skirmishy role-playing, and they're releasing some new stuff for that, some new games. And this little fella caught my eye. He looks so cool. I really want him. I'm hoping that they sell him on his own, or I'll have to be tracking eBay to see if I can get one of these. Because I just think he's pretty awesome looking. I quite like the idea of chopping off the little bit of scenery underneath him and using him as sort of maybe an attack squig for my custom war boss. Or perhaps you could have him sort of flying alongside your Dakar jet or something. But yeah, I like this little guy. It would make for quite a characterful attack squig for one of your characters, I think. But yeah, anyway, guys, there you go. That is a bit of a roundup of the news there for you. The only other thing that was mentioned on Warhammer Community while covering all this news is that they have stated that the Orc Codex is set to be the best Orc Codex ever, which is music to our ears. But of course, GW would say that, wouldn't they? I'm sure they said something very similar when the 7th edition Codex came out, and we all know how that went. But I am cautiously optimistic. They're pumping a lot of hype and resources and stuff into this Orktober. And yeah, I don't think they're going to disappoint us. I think we're in for a really, really good time, guys. But anyway, share your thoughts down below. Are you excited to see if the rumours for an Orc Mech shop are true? Do you want that little flying squig? What do you think of the War Trike? And do you think this is going to be the best Orc Codex ever? I'm going to say yes. Anyway, guys, this is 6 Stevo, signing out.